on the blue sheet. Did y'all have a good weekend? Y'all, I'm excited. Not this weekend, but the next weekend. I am signed up to run the Whataburger 5K. And when you're done running, you get a cheeseburger and french fries. So like literally I'm going to run for my lunch. I'm so excited. And I get a cool medal and a cool t-shirt on top of all of it. But yeah, I know. It's not this weekend though, next weekend. Okay. So look at number 1. This is the last of the factoring that we're going to talk about. Tomorrow is the review, and then Wednesday we're going to test. So y'all look at number 1. Do you see inside the parentheses? Do you see how these match? The x plus 1 matches. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set u equal to x plus 1. And so I'm going to substitute my u in for the x plus 1. So I'm going to get u squared minus 3u minus 54. And so if I have that, if I have the u's now, first of all, is there a greatest common factor? No. There's 3 terms, so now I have to shift it to 4. So I'm going to do my x. So I'm going to have negative 54 and then negative 3. And so what factors multiply to negative 54 but add to negative 3? I got all period. Y'all figured out. Thank you. And which one is going to be so he said 6 and 9, which is correct, but I need a negative 3. We're going to have negative 9 and positive 6. So here is going to be the negative 9u plus 6u. So now we can go ahead and split. So inside the parentheses matched. And this goes in the other parenthesis. And what did we say the u was equal to? It's x plus 1. So I'm going to take this x plus 1 and I'm going to substitute it back in for the u. So I'm going to get x plus 1 minus 9 and x plus 1 plus 6. So here I get x minus 8 and x plus 7. Okay, any questions here, guys? Right? This is the easiest of the factoring. So on number 2, what am I going to let my u equal? Smiley face plus 2. So I'm going to get u squared minus 6u minus 16. Is there a greatest common factor? I have a u squared, I have a 6u, and a 16. So there's not a greatest common factor. So I need negative 16 and negative 6. So factors of negative 16 that are going to add to negative 6. Very good. Negative 8 and positive 2. So then I get u here. So the u minus 8 matches. And the u plus 2. And we let the u equal the smiley face plus 2. So I'm going to have smiley face plus 2 minus 8, and smiley face plus 2 plus 2. And so my answer is the smiley face minus 6 and the smiley face plus 4. So what am I going to make a u this time? X minus 2. So when I do that now, I have u to the 4th minus 4u squared. Do I have a greatest common denominator? U what? Okay, so if I have u squared, and that's going to leave me u squared minus 4. So what do we see with the u squared minus 4? It's perfect. So we're going to do u squared times u plus 2 and u minus 2. And then we're going to substitute the x minus 2 back in for the u. So I'm going to get x minus 2 squared times x minus 2 plus 2 and x minus 2 minus 2. So I have x minus 2 squared. What's minus 2 plus 2? So I have an x and then x minus 4. And normally we write it in order, right? So the x minus 2 squared goes at the end. Okay, any questions on this? Okay, on your salmon paper. Okay, on your salmon paper, go ahead and start. Okay, so Roy's saying 9. Is that it? X to what? X to the 3rd. Y to the 2nd. Does anybody disagree? Okay, so if this is the greatest common factor, I have 9x cubed y squared. So 27 divided by 9 gives you 3. I have x to the 8th and x to the 3rd. So 8 minus 3 gives me 5 x's and 1 y. Plus 18 divided by 9 gives me 2. What happens with the x's? They cancel, and how many y's do I have left? 3. And then 54 divided by 9 gives me 6. I get 1x, and my y's cancel out. Now what happens? Do the x, how many think we move to the x? It stays like that. Which one? X or stays like that? Be brave. Why do you think it stays like this? It has it has the 5, right? It has the 5 and 1 y, right? So we can't multiply. So this is as far as we can go with this. Okay? If we were going to do the x, what would have to be here? We'd have to have even exponents, 2s, 4s, right? We'd have to have even. Okay, moving on to the next one. So what did you get for the greatest common denominator this time? 2, and then what about, do I have a variable with it or no? And the exponent on the x is 1 because that's my lowest exponent. Okay, so I'm going to have my 2x And now that I have this, now what do I have? Perfect squares. So what's the square root of 16? And the square root of 9? Check. Okay, next. Always factor greatest common factor first. Start with the greatest common factor. Y'all, what is the greatest common factor this time? All right, so I'm going to divide by 2. And then what? 3 terms. So now I have to do this. So 2 times negative 12 gives me negative 24. And this is negative 5. So, and then how do I sign them? Okay, so I'm going to have negative 8x plus 3x minus 12. So here's the factors. Is that all I have to put? I need the 2, right? The 2 has to, because we factored that to start. Okay, just a couple more. So what's different about this one? They're all plus, yes. What else is different? That's a good thing to recognize. X to the 4th this time, right? And so if it's x to the 4th, that means we have to split x to the 4th, not x squared, correct? So is there a greatest common factor? No. 3 terms, so what do I have to do? So I'm going to get 36 and 12. And they're both positive, which means both of my factors are going to be positive. So I want factors of 36 that add to 12. 6 and 6, very good. So right here, y'all, what do I put right here? What comes after the 12? So I need the x squared. Because that's the middle term. They're all positive though. That's what she was telling me. That's the difference from the last one, right? The signs are all positive this time. So here, what's my greatest common denominator or factor going to be here? X squared, right? The lowest exponent is 2. Yes? So why could I do this one and we couldn't do that one at the very beginning? It's even, right? The one at the beginning was odd. Okay. That makes me so happy, Roy. Why? Why is the answer no? There's a plus in the middle. And so I was looking on Delta Math. Sometimes they call this prime or unfactorable. So somebody help me. Why is this not factorable? So if it's a plus in the middle, how are you going to factor it? But the other one had how many terms? 3. How many does this have? Okay, how about this one? I see the 6, the 17, and the 12. I don't see a common denominator, but what do I know I can't do? I can't have a negative in front, so what do I have to at least divide by? Yes. So now I'm down to 3 terms. So when I do this, I get 72 and negative 17. So I'm going to have negative 8 and negative 9. And I know it's negative 8 and negative 9 because when I add, I get negative 17. And when I multiply, negative times a negative gives me a positive. So here, so my parentheses match. These were outside. And you have to bring the negative down. Okay, 2 more and then we're done. So this is a mess. So where do I start? It's the first thing we always want to check. So what would my greatest common factor be? 2. What's the x? What's the exponent on the x? 2. And what's the exponent on the y? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and divide this out. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. X to the 4th, x squared gives me x squared, and my y's cancel. 34 divided by 2 is 17. I get 1x and my y's cancel. 104 divided by 2 gives me 52. And the x squared and the y's cancel. So now I have 3 terms. What do I need? So I get 52 and 17. So these are all positive, right? So my answers here are both going to be positive. So I want something that's going to add to 17 and multiply to 52. I think it's 14 and 3. It's 13 and 4. How about that? Okay, last one. What are we going to do first? Divide it by what? Yes, ma'am. So I'm going to divide by 3. Once I divide out the 3, I have 3 terms. So I'm going to have 12 and negative 7. So the factors, got to be careful. So we're going to multiply and make them positive, but add to negative. So what factors are 12? Negative 4, negative 3. Okay. Okay, any questions?